to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. A power outage in central North Carolina over the weekend has upended daily life, prompting officials to open at least one shelter and impose a nightly curfew potentially through the week while authorities investigate what left an entire county in the dark. The outages in Moore County, about 90 miles east of Charlotte, have drawn the attention of state officials, including Governor Roy Cooper, who stated at a news conference Monday that the attack was intentional and damaged the entire community. Power outage took place just after 7 p.m. Saturday. Two electric substations were damaged by gunfire in what State Senator Tom McLean's called a terrible act that appears to be intentional, willful, and malicious. There were no immediate details about a possible motive or suspect. The Federal Bureau of Investigations and North Carolina State Bureau of Investigations were looking into the matter. It was also unclear if vandalism was tied to a drag show in the area that forced backlash. Regardless of the motive, violence and sabotage will not be tolerated. They also stated that Moore County is very strong, and I can promise you, to the perpetrators out there, we will find you. Officials have also stated that the damage is likely to be in the millions. Customers were slowly getting their power back on, with about 7,000 connections restored as of Sunday night. A spokesperson for Duke Energy stated that repair technicians were hoping to restore power to a few thousand more by the end of Monday. However, the majority of the remaining power, 38,000 customers, would be without power until repairs were fully complete. On Sunday, the number of customers without power was at about 45,000. They also state that it could take days. Officials stated as of Monday that many customers' outages could last until Thursday, causing concerns that the combination of chilly evening temperatures and no heat could spell disaster for some residents. Moore County residents have seen power failures before, particularly during snowstorms and extreme weather. The parts of the substations that were damaged need to be replaced. A countywide state of emergency was declared Sunday, along a nightly curfew that was expected to last as long as the declaration was in effect. Citizens were also encouraged to conserve fuel. A shelter was opened at the Moore County Sports Complex, which can accommodate about 250 residents. It will remain open until it is no longer needed. Schools were also closed Monday, and a decision on whether they will reopen on Tuesday will be announced Monday evening. All right, so the main thing that I want to inform people about, right, is the fact that I read off a story to you guys a while ago that dealt with the power, the electric infrastructure that we have, and how it is pretty much a dilapidated, decaying model that has never really been updated um, since they created it, right? You can pretty much throw a match in there, and all of America's electricity is going to come down. Like it just is what it is, because they refuse to actually try to update and upgrade the system. And they do that directly on purpose so that things can take place. Because if they didn't want things to take place, they would make sure to keep it updated. They would make sure that things are going to be working as they are supposed to be working. But as I stated before, that's not specifically what they want to do. They want things to happen the way that they want them to happen, and they're going to make sure that they're going to be in control of it. So the main thing that you were able to hear about the story here is that a person, an individual, decided to use a weapon and take aim directly at the grid, the station, whatever it was, right? Knocking out electricity for a multitude of people. This should raise a lot of red flags for a lot of people. And I'm not sure if this story made the rounds all across the country as an example of a potentiality of what could happen if other people decided that they wanted to do this. But this is a high potentiality of if an individual really wanted to affect a whole bunch of people, that's how they could sit up there and do it. That's literally exactly what that is. And I told people before that people need to start, researching, stocking up, getting books, getting emergency rations, and a variety of other things, just in case the power or anything else decides to happen. I specifically made sure to tell people this during the pandemic, versus spending money on a variety of things that are nonsensical, a variety of things of probably which a lot of people don't even have right now. Um, like I said, but I laid back on a lot of that because I know that you have a lot of black people that don't want to be told how it is that they should spend their money and what they should spend it specifically on. They want to spend their money however it is that they want to specifically spend their money on. And I'm completely 100% fine with that. So when it comes to um, people being out of luck when the power or anything else takes place, I just happen to remember that I told people. And this is yet again me sending up that warning flare, telling people of a potentiality of what is to come, of what could potentially happen in every single city, town, and or state. Because I'm gonna put it to you guys like this, right? I'm gonna try to make this video as short as possible. There was a brother by the name of Moses West who I talk about quite often on this channel. Black man, retired from the military, engineer, who made a machine that can literally make clean, ready drinking water out of thin air. He brought this machine directly to Flint in order to help the people there, right? You would think that everybody would be happy that somebody decided to do that. No, you specifically had an individual or a group of individuals go directly to that machine and tear up that machine on purpose. They put metal particulates directly in there. They wanted to cut certain lines. They try to do a lot of things in order to disrupt the machine's ability to deliver clean drinking water to the residents of Flint. You would have to think to yourself, now, who in the world will want to do this? Moses West basically explained that it wasn't just your ordinary thugs that did it. He explained that these were people with the know-how and the ingenuity, in order to break down and go into a machine and know what parts to attack and what parts not to even care about. So these were people that were hired, more than likely by those in office, sitting in office by the government, in order to disrupt the process of Moses West trying to help the people. This is what that looks like. So the main thing I'm trying to get people to understand is, if you had a random person deciding that he wanted to attack a power grid, transformer, whatever it was that knocked out power for a multitude of people, who do you think told him to do that? Because if it was just some ordinary random person, right? Why haven't we just had more of this take place? Right? Throughout all of the dysfunction that we've seen in this country, why hasn't people just done this just because? Right? Because random people know that, yo, if I do this, then that's going to automatically directly affect me. I don't want to do that. Right? But if you have somebody that is specifically hired to do it, they know it's not going to affect them because they more than likely don't live in that state, don't live in that area, and they don't have any ties to anything there. So whatever happens is whatever happens. They did their job, they're taking their money, and they're out of there. They're a ghost. So like I said before, just a friendly reminder. They said that they don't know who the person is. They just were like, this person will be caught. We'll see if they will be caught. And we'll see if it is the actual person who did it. Because remember, they can say that a crime was committed, and then they can just pin anybody for the crime. And because the state, the city, or local officials stated that, yo, this is the person, everybody's going to, breathe that, breath of relief. Like, "Oh, okay, yes, they did their job. They caught it. But did they actually catch him? Is this actually the right person, or is this just what they're telling you in order to have you move away from the story, to have it forgotten so that it can just happen once more because you're not critically thinking and thinking about what if this and what if that and what if that?" Don't mind me, that's just the conspiracy theorist in me. Don't worry, there's no, type of secret organization, secret groups, or anything like that that exists that would want to harm the people. Just always remember that the government and those involved with the government always seek and want to do what is best for the public, right? For those people. They would never want to do anything specifically to harm the citizens directly out there or to influence their views or judgments or try to sway them in the wrong direction.